ever seen a glowing sticker in the dark, or the time numbers on a wall clock, or even a ghost skeleton glowing on your t-shirt in the dark? You know how these things glow in the dark and make you excited? This is possible due to a chemical called radium, and today we are going to know about a great scientist who discovered this chemical element radiating light in the dark. Her name is Marie Curie, fondly called Madame Curie, was a pioneering physicist and chemist who made groundbreaking contributions to science. She was often the only woman in a room full of male scientists, but that didn't stop her from being the first female to win a Nobel Prize, and the first and only to win the award in two separate fields. Marie Curie, born as Maria Solomea Skłodowska in November 7, 1867 in Warsaw, Poland, she studied at Warsaw's clandestine flying university and began her practical scientific training in Warsaw. She faced immense challenges during her early life due to both her gender and her family's financial struggles. Her parents, Bronisława and Władysław Skłodowska, fervent Polish patriots, sacrificed their wealth in support of their homeland's fight for independence from Russian, Austrian, and Prussian rule. Despite these hardships, Marie's parents, and educators themselves, built a deep love for learning and Polish culture in her. The Polish-born French physicist is mainly recognized for her research on radioactivity, but she has many accomplishments throughout her life. Marie was a child with extraordinary qualities, who exhibited extraordinary skills, as young as age 4. Born to two teachers, who had instilled the value of education, 4-year-old Marie taught herself to read, both French and Russian. Marie and her sisters initially couldn't go for higher education, due to societal restrictions and a lack of financial resources. In response, Marie and her sister Bronisława joined an organization, known as Flying University, aimed at providing Polish education. In 1891, her French came in handy as the young scientist headed for Paris to continue her education at Sorbonne University, where she studied chemistry, math, and physics. There she discovered two radioactive elements, radium and polonium. Soon after, she met her husband and science partner, Pierre Curie. Marie Curie's path to scientific greatness began when she arrived in Paris in 1891 to pursue higher education. She was inspired by the work of French physicist Henri Becquerel, who discovered the emissions of uranium. By seeing and knowing this, Marie chose to explore uranium's rays for her PhD thesis. In 1895, Wilhelm Röntgen discovered the existence of rays. In 1896, Henri Becquerel discovered that uranium salts emitted rays that resembled X-rays in their penetrating power. He demonstrated that this radiation, unlike phosphorescence, did not depend on an external source of energy but seemed to arise spontaneously from uranium itself. Influenced by these two important discoveries, Curie decided to look into uranium rays as a possible field of research for a thesis. Marie Curie collaborated with her husband, Pierre Curie, and together they examined uranium-rich minerals, ultimately discovering two new elements, polonium and radium. Curie's systematic studies included two uranium minerals, pitchblende and torbanite, also known as chalcolite. Her electrometer showed that pitchblende was 4 times as active as uranium itself, and chalcolite twice as active. She concluded that, if her earlier results, relating the quantity of uranium to its activity were correct, then these two minerals must contain small quantities of another substance that was far more active than uranium. She began a systematic search for additional substances that emit radiation, and by 1898 she discovered that the element thorium was also radioactive. Their work was published in 1898, and within just 5 months, they announced the discovery of radium. In 1903, Marie Curie, Pierre Curie, and Henri Becquerel were jointly awarded the Nobel Prize in Physics for their pioneering work in radioactivity. Marie became the first woman to receive a Nobel Prize, marking a historic achievement. Tragedy struck in 1906 when Pierre Curie died suddenly in a carriage accident. Despite her grief, Marie Curie persevered and continued her research, taking over Pierre's position at the University of Paris. In 1911, she earned her second Nobel Prize, this time in chemistry, for her remarkable contributions to the fields of polonium and radium. Marie Curie's legacy was not only in her Nobel Prizes. She made significant contributions to the fields of radiology and nuclear physics. She founded the Radium Institute in Paris, which produced its own Nobel laureates. During World War I, she led France's first military radiology center, becoming the first female medical physicist. Marie Curie died on 4th of July, 1934 from a type of anemia that likely grew inside her from her exposure to such extreme radiation during her career. Her original notes and papers are still so radioactive that they're kept in lead-lined boxes, and you need protective gear to view them. Marie Curie's legacy endures as one of the greatest scientists of all time. She remains the only person to receive Nobel Prizes in 2 different scientific fields. Now, we know the story of Marie Curie. Here are some interesting facts about her heroic life. When you think of a Nobel Prize-winning physicist, you can only imagine how special their workspace must be. Marie Curie may have broken barriers in science, but her lab was not glamorous. Team Curie worked out of an old shed for much of their Nobel Prize-winning research. Curie helped save thousands of soldiers by developing mobile radiology units that were delivered to the front lines for army doctors to use. Over 1 million soldiers benefited from the Petites Curies. Marie's invention came with a generator, a hospital bed, an X-ray, and the ability to save a life. The Curie family earned 5 total Nobel Prizes. Marie held the most, with 2 to her name, while her husband, Pierre, held 1. In 1935, daughter Irène Joliot-Curie followed in her parents' footsteps and received a Nobel alongside her husband, Frédéric Joliot. In 1906, Pierre was killed in a tragic road accident. It was then that Einstein decided to send a glowing letter to Marie in hopes of uplifting her. Here's what he says about this remarkable woman. Marie Curie is, of all celebrated beings, the only one whom fame has not corrupted. Marie and Pierre Curie's partnership forged a bond in both marriage and scientific endeavors. Marie and Pierre were introduced by Marie's colleagues shortly after she graduated from Sorbonne University. The dynamic duo soon became partners in both life and research. It was Pierre who insisted his wife be equally recognized when awarded the Nobel Prize. There are many honors given to Marie Curie. Some of those are: the Curie, symbol C, a unit of radioactivity, is named in honor of her and Pierre Curie. The element with atomic number 96 was named curium, symbol Cm. 3 radioactive minerals are also named after the Curies: curite, scleroskite, and cuproscleroskite. In 2007, a metro station in Paris was renamed to honor both of the Curies. The Marie Curie Medal, an annual science award, established in 1996 and conferred by the Polish Chemical Society. Maria Curie Skłodowska University in Lublin, Poland. Pierre and Marie Curie University in Paris. That's the amazing story of a great scientist, Marie Curie, the woman who inspired young people around the world to think scientifically. So, if you could ask Marie Curie one question, what would it be? The secrets of radioactivity, or maybe even her favorite scientific experiment in the laboratory? Let us know in the comments below. And if you learned something from the video, then please like, share and subscribe for more videos on the lives of great personalities of the world.